late. I'm late. I moved indoors and it's a little bit noisier down here. Oh, wait, I forgot my earbud. You'll be able to hear me better. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. I'm coming back. I'm coming. Lots of stairs, lots of stairs. All right. Did you miss me? I'm back. I also forgot my drink, but I will do without that. This works. So, hopefully I can get these, yes, to connect down here. I got all kind of stuff everywhere. I moved indoors. It is 93 in my garage. I just did a few things really fast out there and I brought my thrift haul in here. So one of my friends is live. Wonder who that is. I don't know who that is. But I guess I could just do some of my prepping until some people get in here. Somebody asked me if I was going live. Abby, she asked me if I was going live. So I said yes. I'm going to see that alarm. I have a camera down here that's going to keep telling me that somebody is down here because it is me. It is me down here. Let me cover that up real fast just for right now. So it will stop annoying me. There. When you had the job that I had, you get cameras and you put them all over the place. Cameras, you got everything. You make sure your house is secure. But I don't have that job anymore. I have this job, and I like this job a whole lot better. One of the things that I loved about reselling, number one, I loved doing it, and the fact that it got me to retirement early, and I don't have to collect anything except for what I sell. So I'm doing very well. So how are you guys tonight? Hey, where's everybody from? Let me know. I am doing a thrift haul. I moved inside and it's a little bit noisier down here because of the air vent is like right over me, but it beats the 91 degrees in the garage with no air moving. It is just so incredibly hot. I picked up her today with her crazy sunglasses. These dolls really sell for me. They are kind of crazy. I'm trying to put her glasses on her. But I don't really sell a lot of toys, but I do every once in a while pick up a few things, especially if I find them at a good garage sale for sale. So what is everybody doing tonight? I am going to talk to you about my thrift haul. We're waiting for Abby and Caroline, Linda. Hopefully, well, I don't know. Caroline's probably getting off work, and Linda, I don't know what she's doing, but waiting for my buddies to get here. And then I'm going to share some things that I found tonight. Actually, I found them the last couple nights, and I think I'm going to, the next 2 days are mine, minus just a little thing I got to do tomorrow night. I am going to be hustling. I've tore out my entire closet and I'm redoing it, my personal closet, just because I hate it. And I'm realizing that I'm not sure how they built this house, but they didn't build it. They didn't build it with studs because I can't find any. I don't know how I'm going to hang some things up, but it'll get done. So you guys, hey Nathan, how are you? Tony, Kathy, I am going to do a thrift haul. I can't talk. Thrift haul I left my tea upstairs. Maybe I should run upstairs and get it really fast. Where's everybody from? I'm from St. Louis, right outside of St. Louis. I spend a lot of time in St. Louis thrifting. I've got a couple really good stores down there. Of course, there's the bins. Yeah. And I kind of don't always share my locations of where I go. You know, I've met some incredible people, some really fun people. I was down in St. Louis on Monday, and I went to one of my favorite places, and then I went down to a Goodwill, and I met a lot of really wonderful resellers. I met a couple really not nice ones, but you know what? I always think those ones are the new ones, the ones with a bit of the attitude, or the what do I want to say? There's a name for it, and one of the girls there said it. But the ones that rush the rack and are kind of, like they get in there and their elbows are out and they don't want anybody to see anything. And my whole thing is there's enough to go around. There is enough stuff out there. We don't need to be like that or act like that. So I always think those people are young, they're new resellers, they somehow have seen the bad side of whatever, and that's how they feel like they should act. So I kind of feel like even today I was out and there was like 4 or 5 women and we were right around one rack and we were just all cool about it. Yeah, we were hustling and yeah, we were looking for stuff, but we were nice. We even talked about it, a little bit. And I say it all the time. We don't need to act like that. There's enough stuff to go around. So, who's ready to see the thrift haul? You guys, it's just my life is turned upside down with this heat. It just my processing area is actually half of my garage. I have changed half of my garage into a processing area. But when it's 91 in the garage, you cannot. And if you watch my live from the other night, I simply melted. It was just so hot. I was dying. And then there were mosquitoes biting me and I didn't even know about that. Wasn't even paying attention. And then last night I went out because it was not as warm and I did a couple processes and yeah, I had to spray bug spray on me. So tonight's live thrift haul was brought into, this is part of my warehouse. As you can tell, I have my bins in the back. This is only half of them, not even half. Let's see, I have 39 bins in here. And I go up to 100 and I think 114 or 116 out in the other area, other part of the room. And then there are 5 summer bins that I have. And the summer bins are going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with summer bins. I don't know. The stuff that didn't sell out of them, I don't know if I'm going to join them together or not. But, this is it. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa. I go by Soho Posh. I live outside of St. Louis, and I love what I do. I was able to retire early from a horrific job. I worked 12-hour days. I worked with the lowest kind of people that you could ever imagine. I have seen the most horrific things that you could not even imagine, not even in your dreams, not even on TV, because it was real. And because of that, I was able to leave that job and I was able to retire early. And I do this full time. And this pays my insurance. This pays my house, my car, everything that I do, I pay off of reselling. I do not have another income coming in. I do not have a mom, a dad, a husband or something like that paying my way. I do it all myself and I do it by reselling. And I can stop yelling at you now because the air just went off for a while. To say that I love what I do right now is an understatement. I am so thrilled to be part of the reselling community, the good side, So I guess I'm supposed to do something here or add something. Yeah, nope, I'm not going to do that. Don't care about stars, don't care about any of that stuff. So how do I do things, So I will show you part of my process while I wait for more people to get in here for the thrift haul. First thing I do when things come in is they go into my processing area, which right now happens to be into my garage. I partitioned part of it off, but it doesn't have any heat in it, so, or any air. It doesn't have any air. And it's like 91 out there right now. And it's like, I think it's like 108 with the humidity. But normally what I do is when it first comes in, everything gets logged into this book. People say this is old-fashioned, whatever, but I cannot tell you the amount of times that this book has saved my tail end when I could not find an item or I could not find it on my spreadsheet. It goes on here. I have the price that I paid, the item, where it came from, and the measurements, everything. And this up here is the bin that it's going to go into. I refill the bins as they empty. After that, it gets set in a pile and it comes in here. And from here, I use my flat lay board and I take my pictures and pretty much everything gets folded up really nice. And then it gets put into the bin, the proper bin that it belongs into. From there, I go upstairs to my office and everything is, all the pictures are processed. I use Photo Room and then I list from there. Right now, I have probably about 30, 35 items waiting to be listed. And I probably have about 20 or, well, probably more than that. Well, probably about 30 more items down here ready for pictures. And if you were with me the other night, you know that I have a bazillion things out there to list. That is what we call a death pile. So I don't see any of my favorite people in here, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and start because I don't want to be here all night. Neither do you, right? So that is how I do things. If you want to ask any questions about the flat lay board, about my lighting, about anything that I do, anything that I use, just ask away. And I will try to answer. If I do not answer it in here, send me a message. Hit me up on either Instagram or wherever, you know. I haven't, I'm having the hardest time connecting my Instagram to my Facebook. I can get it connected to my personal page, but I don't want that. So let's go. Where's everybody from? Linda's here. Okay, the party has started. We can now have a party because Linda's here. Hey, Linda, Abby's supposed to be here tonight too. Look at you. Abby or Linda just got the #1 glitter badge. You go, girl. Energy Magnet just got one. Hold on, Abby just got the #2 glitter badge. I don't even know what that means, people, but all right, let's hear. Abby's here, and that's what I was kind of waiting for because she wanted me to go live. She was begging me. She said, oh my gosh, I love TikTok. I want to get on there so bad. I don't know. You're just great. And Linda, now you got the #2 glitter badge. I have no idea what's going on, glitter badge. I have no idea. But hey, Abby, I'm gonna show you something that I do because I know that you're new to everything, and I'm just gonna show you my process. If you haven't watched any of the other videos, um, it's really simple. But this is how I do things, and what I tell people all the time is take from everybody that you watch and make it your own, and make your own process what works for you. So everything. So when I get items, usually they end up out in the garage. I have it partitioned off, and that's part of my reselling. That is where everything kind of comes into the house and is processed. When I'm out there, I put everything in a notebook. I have about a lot of these notebooks, and people say this is a waste of time, but for me, this has saved my butt 100,000 times. And what I do with it is I put the price and the item, the measurements, and then where I got it from. So I put a little bit about the item too, if I want to remember something, if maybe it has a mark on it, if it's new with tags, blah, blah, blah. From there, it comes into here, the cool room. I moved in here, guys. It's 91 in the garage. I am not going out there. I did a few things really fast. I like broke up some boxes and I'm like, yep, I'm done. So I moved all the thrift haul into here and I'm going to go through it. But after that, it comes into here. And then here is where I take pictures on my flat board. And flat lay board, whatever you want to call it. And I have my lights. My lights usually go on. And then I put the item. Okay, we have an item. What? I picked the one only item that I probably have that won't stick to the board tonight. So this is a real life shirt. Will it stick? Not well. If it doesn't stick, if it doesn't stick, I have the flat lay hanger. And then I just kind of lay it up here, put the item on it, and I take my pictures. But here it is. This is where I take my pictures. Boom, 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 boom. I do that. I look for the tag. Boom, take a picture of that. Of course, I take the tag where I bought it off. And then from there, it gets folded and gets put into whatever bin is on here. And that's my process. For me, it works. It's simple, it's easy, it flows. But you don't have to do all of that right away. You grow into this. You grow into reselling. You just can't. I think that's where the anxiety comes, is a lot of people jump into it and they're like, oh, I need a printer, and oh, I need this, and I've got to have, and you don't. You just don't. You can do it with bare bones until you get started. And I don't know what that is. I have a flash goal, guys. I don't know what it is. Okay, I do not know what that is, but it was on my screen. So, what I did too is I brought some items in from outside to process tomorrow. Tomorrow is hustle day. I'm not doing anything until in the evening. I'm going to hustle. And I also tore my closet, personal closet apart. I hate it. I've always hated it, and I'm redoing it. And of course, I'm having company on August 1st, and I decide to do all of this. All right, let's get started. Oh my gosh. So, that'll go upstairs. When I went to my special place, we all have those places that we just don't want to share. That's kind of bougie. But it was 75% off sportswear, men's and women's, athletic wear. And then they had a dollar rack, which was amazing. I love the dollar rack. And I've been contemplating saving all the dollar rack stuff and starting my first whatnot with it. But I'm still kind of tossing that around. So they're your Air Jordans. They're just kind of crazy. They're new with tags. And I got these for $6.77 or something like that. I don't know when I might have time to do all this. A Tommy Bahama little golf polo. I believe this is a women's. Yeah, this is a women's. And I got this for $3. And everything at this place is like super nice. I got this for $3.33. These are just, that. When you see that is that. That's Athleta. Not a really big seller, but when you find it for $3, why not? This one I picked up. I think I paid the same amount. No, I paid $5 for this one. This is another Athleta, but it's more of a, I don't want to say dressy, but look, I'll show you the front, might help. But the back does have this cool little drawstring. They had a lot of Athleta on their rack, and so I did pick up a lot of it. This I got for $3. Another Athleta. I promise I didn't buy all Athleta stuff, but another Athleta for $3. I want to find the dollar rack stuff. This was, what is $2.40 some cents, but this was Athleta too. And honestly, it probably should have been the only one that I picked up, but it was such a great price. It was hard finding any men's things. Um, these are biker shirts, Pearl Zoomy. They're kind of cool. And they have these pockets in the back. And I got these for $2. I got this one and this one. This one is Nua tags. And I got them both for $2 each. I'm not paying any attention. I know, I did too. Who's stopping by? Bill. Thank you. I'm doing better tonight. I'm not stumbling. And I know your name now, Rolling with the Cops. Hey, who's ever in here, make sure you follow Rolling with the Cops, KOPS. They are friends of mine. I used to work with Bill, and he retired, and him and his wife sold everything they had. I just love their story. I wish it was mine. I think I'm kind of living through them. They sold everything they have. They have a son. They bought an RV and a really cool truck, and they travel all over, I want to say the United States, but I know that they have been to Italy and they have been to Greece and I think Africa. I'm not sure, but follow them because it's just so interesting watching their travels and them talking. They talk about the ups and the downs, and I love them. I love it. And once a year we get together because they come back to St. Louis and we get to go to some special place and eat. And we just sit down and talk about stuff. But we can't talk shop anymore because neither of us work there. So this is Jamie Sadock. I like her stuff. Where is it at? It's not on the inside. It's on the outside. It's just a nice, cute little skirt. Jamie Sadock is a actual tennis golf brand, and I got it for $3.33. I'm sorry, Athleta again. I just, you can't. I just couldn't pass it up. I got this for $4. I'm afraid to pick something up if it's Athleta again. You guys are going to be like, "Is that all she bought?" This is, I think, Lulu. It's a little squirty dress. And I just realized it's got a little bit of a stain on the back. So I'm probably going to have to wash it. I will sit that out to wash. Boom. Athleta. I think it's just all Athleta. $2. I liked these though. I really wish that they would fit me. Come on, girl. I'm not going to show you anything else. It's Athleta. Oh, I got free ties. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a Brooks Brothers. And these two are Marriott ties. And they were just getting rid of their ties. They had so many, and I know that feeling. And they just had a thing and gave them away. And I was like, well, I'll take a few. Why not? Okay. And I've got some really fun things at the end. I picked up a handbag today. So you guys saw the Reef Life. I picked this up today at Goodwill. I stopped in. I'm actually looking for, I like the back of it, $5.64. But so I'm having people over on the 1st, and we're having an ice cream bar or something. Just a group of ladies that I am friends with. And I'm looking for, I don't know what we call them. What do we call the things? Oh, Abby asked me a question. What do we call the things that we put floats in? Abby, where's your, oh. I don't per se. Personally, I like to make at least $10 to $15 on an item. And I call that my bread and butter. But if I can find something that I'm going to make 20, 25 on, that's like my sweet spot, you know? And when I start getting as many items as I do here, I generally will not pick up any more bread and butter items. I will just pick up um, like the higher end stuff. And that's where you'll see me comping more items, brands I don't know. You'll see some of that here where I don't know the brand, but I know it's something. I pick it up and it resells for $30, $40. Yes, I'll pick it up for $5 or whatever. Oh, wait. I'm like, wait, I did these. All right. That's one bag down. Okay, so I picked this up today. I am not a Swiftie fan. Gasp. But these are, and I got this for $5. This is a Taylor Swift satin jammy set. How adorable. And on the pants it says Taylor, 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 Taylor. So I don't know. And it is not branded. The tag was removed. So I do not know, but I'm going to see how much I can get for it. I know that everybody loves Taylor Swift, so I'm going to give it a try. I picked this up off the rack today at the Goodwill. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was going and looking for, I was telling you guys and I forgot. The okay, so whenever you get a root beer float, what is that cup called that you get it in? I need 5 or 6 of those. And I'm trying to do it secretly, and I'm around these women a couple times a week, and I'm trying to find this, and I just, I can't. Mopar. I felt a little bad about this one, guys. So there was a young guy and girl in the store, and you could tell they were so intimidated by us on the racks. And I knew he had his eye on something, and I didn't know what it was. And I saw this, and I grabbed it, and I literally saw him deflate, but I kept it. So this is Mopar, and this will probably resell for around 30, $35. And I got it for $5.64. Sorry, young blood. This is a brand that I learned about shopping at a local store. And I gotta find, where is it? Where is it? Hello. When you cannot find the top or the bottom, seriously. Got it. John Mark. John Mark is a good brand. And this is linen. And it's really kind of cute, kind of flary at the bottom. I'll probably get about 25 for that. So I volunteer at a place that doesn't, they won't sell alcoholic things and whatever. And when they throw things out, you can get them for $1. So I picked up this bush hat for $1. I didn't even want to comp it out. Didn't matter, for $1. Even if I sold this thing for $9, I'm doing better. All right, now we're going to get into some fun stuff. So I got this little girl's Crew Cuts. Crew Cuts is a good brand for kids, guys. So this is a cute little dress. I got this for 50 cents. And there's a couple other kids things I got for 50 cents that are in here somewhere. We'll find it. This dress, which my daughter was like, ew, at SNDYS. Yes, SYNDS, Cindy's. This was a hole punch. I got this dress for $1. And it resells for around $50. And it's just a cute little dress. This is where a lot of comping went out. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Crazy. Can you guys hear that? You think I live on a raceway. Okay, I'm having like some mental issues tonight. There we go. Theory. This is a hole punch, is it? Yes, $1. Cute, 100% silk lined dress, side zipper. Glass mugs. You know what? I found a couple glass mugs, but not as many as I needed. So I was kind of disappointed. I'm going to keep looking. I'm sure they're going to come up somewhere. Rebecca Minkoff, another $1. Short, little itty bitty. I think it better be an extra small. Yeah. Did I show you it? Rebecca Minkoff used to sell for a lot more. I'll probably get about 19 for that. Oh my gosh. This was another, don't always pick up this brand, but for $1 I will. I always say Mave, but it is just a, I think these cross in the back, but a sundress. Kind of a little bit eclectic. It's kind of heavy though. I don't know. Thank you for all the hearts. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Another $1 item. I had to look this up. 12th Street by Cynthia Vincent. This will sell for about $30. It is silk. Yeah, I love their dollar. They've been doing a lot of it lately. They're cleaning out and they're getting ready for their couture event that they have. This was another hole punch. Mind Code. I just bought it because it's a little bit eclectic. Little half shirt. I'm like, if this is Athlete, I'm going to hide. It is not. Jedediah Buckle. So I think this is Jedediah Rooted in Love, and it was made in coordination with the store Buckle back in the day for $1. It's kind of a cool shirt. There was a woman who was walking around the store. Here comes the air again. And she was just pulling stuff off and doing her little bunny punch. I think that's a Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon punch? I think it is. James Purse. Oh, so you know that the item is $1 because it has the Pokemon or the little punch hole in it. And that's how they know that that item is $1. Boom. James Purse. This is a really good brand. Usually when I buy it with like they have jackets and men's shirts. But I thought I'd pick this up. Probably sell that for about $20. Wasn't sure about this, but it was an athletic shirt and I got it for $3. Association Argentina di Polo. But it was white. It was athletic. So I picked it up. Okay, guys, I didn't comp this out. And I probably should have done it before I got there. Madame D or Madame D. And the reason why I picked it up is because it looked like this. It's just a shirt, but I loved the heart and little design here. Is this the Ralph Lauren? Yes. Ralph Lauren. $1. Come on. Look at this beautiful dress for $1. Stunning. It's lined. I believe it's silk. Let me check. I'm wrong. It is acetate and polyester. But for $1, I will probably list it at 25 and probably take a best offer for it. Little crew cuts shorts. Got them for 50 cents. Sometimes they shove this in the bag. Okay, this is another James Purse. Purse? Got that for $1. The dollar deals are sometimes just so amazing. Toad and Company. How many? I think I got like 3 of these for $1. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I got 4. No, 3. That is not one. So, Toad and Company changed its name. It's not Toad and Company anymore, and I can't think of the name, but people loved the old brand. And even though these are just plain gray t-shirts, I'm sure they're going to go. I got them for $1. I got 3, $1 each. Where are you? I can't with some of these tags. So 5A7, Siquecept tous les jours. And this actually resells for about $25. Sometimes stuff amazes me. I got it for $1. Find the tag, find the front, find the back. It's here, I promise. MM Couture. I think I say that wrong. Couture. And this one is silk. I can feel it. But it's just a cute little shirt. And again, I got it for, you hear me say it, $1. I got it for $1. Where'd you go? I lost it. Did I buy something without a tag? I think I did. I wonder if somebody threw this in my cart. No tag. It's cute though. I will list it as unbranded for like $10. It's just too cute. That's just so weird because normally I check over everything before I buy it. It was $1. And then this crazy thing. This is a very cool cover up. I'm trying to find the actual tag for you. Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, I'll just do this. So it says Core Surf, $1. It's a really soft and nice, but kind of heavy cover up. I like it. All right. One more small bag, and then I'm going to show you a fun thing. You tell me what you think about it. I actually have a couple fun things. Let's see. I think is this the Goodwill stuff? Yes. This is the stuff I went from my place that I love down to my the Goodwill down in the city. And it was kind of crazy. But my friend was there, and then she introduced me to the more friends, and I laugh because I call it her Goodwill because it just is. She's there all the time, and people know her, and she's very nice, and she's very considerate, and I don't know. I like being around good resellers that are nice and kind. And what was so funny is we shared a lot of stories, and we're very similar, very, very similar in how we feel about things and things that we have done or do in reselling when we're out and about. So whenever you see this is a hint that it is this Lululemon. Lululemon does not sell like it used to, but I will pick up certain things like a black skirt for $7. Skirt. These are people like them. They like their skirts. And Lululemon has this little game that they play with us that you have to find the tag that says what size it is. Usually it's inside of a pocket. Sometimes it will be in the skirt part inside of a pocket like down there. But it's like a little game. Find the size. I picked up these are also Lululemon, I don't always pick up Lululemon like this, but these were $10, but they were men's. They're different. And I really thought that they're like board shorts. And I think that I can make probably $10 from those. I got to tell you guys about a return I had. Crazy. Lily. I don't always buy Lily either, but she was just so cute. $8. Skort. Come on. Come on. Care Bears. Actually licensed by Care Bear in a bigger size. And I got that for $4.50. I picked these up. I paid up for them. They were new at tags. I paid $11. I'm thinking holiday, Vineyard Vines, new at tags, and they're like velour. And even though I keep stressing that the skinny legs are going to go out, I keep buying them too. Girl Scouts. Pick up Girl Scout stuff. Licensed. If it's actually licensed Girl Scout stuff, pick it up. This is the first time I've actually seen a blouse like this. And it's very nice. It's very comfortable. And it's got like the little Girl Scout logo all over it. So it won't sell for a ton of money, but they do sell. My goodness, Travis Matthew shorts. I picked those up for $6. Number one, because they're black. I just recently sold like 3 pair of these, and they're bigger size 36. And this came out on the cart for $4. If you don't know about this, Hanes underwear, I don't know what it is, guys. Hanes underwear sells. I haven't opened this up yet. I think if I'm right, since I'm here, I think there is one unopened package. Yes, there is one unopened package, and I think this one is actually opened. But don't ask me. I don't know. People love their Hanes underwear that come out of there. It is open, but it looks like it hasn't been bothered, but that's a really great price for these. I do not know what I'm going to list these for, but I will figure it out. That's just crazy. Patagonia. Now, I love Patagonia for several reasons. Patagonia is a seller, no doubt. You can sell it, but there's also something, if you ever find Patagonia and it's ripped, torn, stained, whatever, and it's a good price, pick it up, because you can send it back, because they say repair, reuse, recycle this product. So you can send an item back, and I have done it twice on 2 coats. I have sent a children's coat back that the arm was almost like it was melted. And they repaired the coat. It cost me $15, repaired the coat, and I ended up selling it for $99. So I had the cost of the item, the $15 that it cost me to have it repaired. I believe the shipping was like $6, and then whatever off of that was my profit. Well worth it. They also do events where you can pack up your Patagonia stuff and send it to them, and they will issue you a credit for it. The other thing I sent in was a very, very old, kind of like, you know how the vinyl lining of a coat and it gets cracked and sticky and gross. And I sent that back in. They could not repair it. They gave me a $190 credit towards anything that I wanted from Patagonia, and I haven't even spent that yet. So I said all that to say this. Patagonia, I bought this, and it does have a hit on it. I don't know who Lockton is. I will list this, try to sell it. It's a very lightweight little kind of, I guess like a rain jacket, very light elastic here. a little bit. Must have a pull on the inside. Yeah, got a pull on here. I will list it. If I don't sell it, I will return it to Patagonia. How do you know if an item is Patagonia? Always look for this tag. Generally, this tag is the loot. Hey, how are you? I just saw you. That's why I just saw somebody come in. This tag is generally not here, but this will help you know that this is a legit Patagonia. Usually the tag is inside on the seam down here and it hangs out. But I knew it had a hit on it. I paid up for it. What did I pay for this? I paid $9.65, but here, the two reasons. I know that I can list it. I know that I can sell it, but even if I don't sell it, I know that I can send it back to Patagonia. So pick up your Patagonia stuff. I love finding Patagonia stuff that is ripped or torn or, faded or whatever, because Patagonia stands behind its product and they will. It costs you $15, but still. When I first walked into the store, this was one of the first things I saw. And I said, this shirt is something because it just has a feel. I'm all about feel. You can feel quality. You can feel luxury. It's amazing. And I looked this up, Paul and Shark. So this shirt, and plus it's such a cool design, it's a bigger size, resold, what I want to say, about $38. I was almost just not going to hang out down there. I had some returns. Okay, couple of little things. Well, I could show you this. Hold on. I picked up these today, and this really surprised me because this store always really upsells on their shoes. These are brand new Tevas. They're a men's. They're a big size. I don't even know what size they are. These are brand new. They've never been worn. There's no wear. And they had them at $8.12. Hold on, let me tell you what size they are. They are a men's 14. Yeah, Tevas sell so well. And these are really, really nice. So I got that. Couple more things. Boy, it's so much nicer being in here. Being in the cool. Okay, no more questions. I'm glad. You guys know this is probably very noisy and I'm sorry. What is that? Sorry? Not sorry? Okay. Oh yeah, this one's for me. The bottom one's for me. I was like, what else did I buy? One of the first things that my daughter told me to always pick up, I'll leave the tag on it, is the things that look like this. And this is actually 24 karat gold overlay. Is that how she said it? I could probably resell this for $50. I might keep it because it's a perfume. I don't know what to call it. It's not an atomizer. Brand new with tags. So I got this for $2. And I still haven't decided. I might keep it and make my own little perfume and put it in there. Okay, last but not least. So today when I was volunteering, this purse came. I handle accessories, purses, shoes, socks. No, purses, socks, scarves. I hate the scarves. Ties, hate the ties. So many ties, so many scarves. And this purse came across my desk. I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Is this really alligator? I don't know, but I knew what this was. And it's a Brahmin bag. And I was so excited. It is. It's so pretty. Both pretty. What is pretty? This one? What do we call this, guys? What do we call this? I can't even read it. And it's finished by hand in 24 karat gold. That's crazy. But it's not an atomizer. Yep, it's a Brahmin bag. Now, at the place that I volunteer, they don't put out junk, and they won't. And some of the times they'll take bags. I actually have taken bags home and repaired them like for them and washed them. And I'm learning as I go to do that. Well, today, I don't know what got into the manager, but I don't know if you can see, it has this, can you see it? I don't know if I can get, do you see that? That nasty, icky, gross stain? And they decided not to mess with it. So I got this bag for $1. And I haven't decided. It has the shoulder strap as well. If I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to list it. It has a little bit of wear. I just saw that around the little edge here. But this is my second Brahmin bag. I found one at another Goodwill and it was mismarked. It had to have been. It was marked for $5 and something. And I bought that. And when I checked out, the girl knew what a Brahmin bag was, and she high-fived me. She was like, great going, you got that. So I don't know. I just think I am not the kind of person who could carry a purse like this, but I think this is such an elegant look with just the small handle and you carry your purse. Yeah, not me. I'm a crossbody girl all day long. So that is it. That is it. Sold these guys though. These guys are going out tomorrow. I started doing my pulls for tomorrow. These are Birkenstocks. I sold those. I sold some Canali pants, Zegna pants, Burberry pants, an Eileen Fisher pair of pants, and that's all I've gotten pulled so far. So that is it. Uh-oh. Somebody wasn't very nice out here, I guess. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Somebody wasn't being nice. I don't know why people are like that. There's no reason. So what, you guys got any questions? I think it's just you two in here now, preaching to the choir. And Caroline, she's too busy out there buying bras or whatever she's buying. You guys have to share your things you find. And Abby, how you doing? Are you getting stuff out? Are you going to list? I've created something. I spent last night because I kept thinking about you, and there's about 2 or 3 other women, believe it or not, just women, and there's a guy too, but that are intimidated by starting. That's always difficult. Always. That is one of the hardest things to do, I think. But intimidated by starting, and I created I don't know, I don't know. I haven't made it a PDF yet. I'm just working on it. But when I get it done, I'm going to offer it to people to see. So, Abby, what do you want to, like, what's your niche? What do you like to sell the most? Or you can just sell everything? Are you more clothing? I do. eBay's a little bit harder to, I don't want to say harder. Posh is a little bit easier because they do the shipping, like they do the label for you. With eBay, you kind of got to figure out your own weight. I don't do the dimensions thing. When I hear people talk about that, it just makes me cringe. It's just because of a program they're using that they have to put in dimensions. I don't do dimensions, but I also don't use the program they're using. I just think starting off on eBay is number one, the best, because then from transfer to eBay to Poshmark to Mercari to Depop, whatever, it's just a whole lot easier. Transferring from Poshmark to eBay is more difficult. So, and I think you'll get more sales, from eBay. So, yeah. So tell it. What do you like? What are you going to sell? Are you just going to be like the jack of all trades? You could be an Abby of all trades. There's some really cool names out there. I follow a couple called Loot and Co. Making me do the puzzle thing. I always know I've talked too long. Get in there. You guys don't know how hard it is to drag the little puzzle piece over. My daughter, it took her forever. Okay, that she does she does vintage china, and her name is I think it's Vintage Chateau, and it took her a long time to come up with that name. I mean, she just like was everywhere, and like I said, my son is like the top reseller in the family, and he always helps us with stuff like that. So he threw some names at her, and plus there's AI out there. I don't know, like if you're familiar, like with Google has Gemini, and then there's Chat GPT, and you can just go in there and you don't have to sign up, and you can ask, you can just put in like, hey, I'm Abby and I want to resell whatever vintage houseware, but I need a name, and it will list a bunch of names for you. You should do that. And if you're intimidated to do that, I'll do it for you, because I've been with Gemini, and I was asked to what am I doing? I'm kind of just like reviewing and using their pro series before they put it out there. And I have been just having a blast with it. So, did you go to that place where we were, where I saw you at? That the mission? The mission. Can I say it? I went to Goodwill today, like I said, but yeah, I don't think you can do a pick on here. Okay. Yeah, I went to the Goodwill by me, and I found about three things. That's where I snagged that Mopar shirt off that kid. And they were just like looking at each other like these old ladies are crazy. I mean, because we were just going at the racks like you do, and you could tell they were just like they were like, and they looked at it and they just backed off, and I just kind of laughed, but I don't know. I probably should have given it, but I'm waiting for the Goodwill to open in that other town closer to the mission, and but from what I'm understanding, a lot of the stores are saving their items that they're purging. So, like if Goodwill is purging green today, they're saving a lot of that purged stuff for the other store. I don't know if I want to go on opening. I would have hoped that they would have, saved some of the good stuff for them. So in Wentzville, I'll just go ahead and say it. There's a really big one opening up in Wentzville. It was supposed to open up in March, July. I don't know. It must be kind of close, but it hasn't opened yet. It's big. It is really big. I will not go on the first opening days. Nope. Nope and nope. You know where I'll go? I'll go to the one by me, because everybody will be going to that one. Yeah. I have no desire to beat that crowd. Fiberglass retro, vintage green with daisies. Sounds awesome. I have to share that with my daughter because she would know. I don't know enough about all that stuff. In fact, for my ice cream social, I asked her for Sunday dishes, and I went over there the other day, and she had like, like the ones that are like trumped at the top, and they kind of, like you've seen at the stores. And then she had these really nice bowls, and I'm like, oh, I want those. I want five of those. And so I'm gonna borrow those from her, and then I'll clean them and give them back. So that is it for me tonight. Any questions? Any questions? Or Abby, Linda, you don't need the guide. You know what to do. But Unless you want the guide, I'll give it to you. It's free. I'm not charging people for anything. Um, I know somebody who's working on something with AI, not me, um, for resellers, and it's gonna, if he does it, it's gonna be amazing tool for us. But I can't really say much about it. But I know I'm gonna get it together. Like I said, I have the next 2 days. I have something tomorrow night, but the next 2 days I'm grounding myself, and I'm because I got to get some stuff done. And like I said, I tore my closet apart. I have some milk paint coming. I want to paint a stand that I put in my living room. And I always do this when I have company. Like, it's bad enough you have to clean your house, but now you've got to finish your closet, paint that stand, and get stuff together for the ice cream. But it'll all be okay. It'll all work out. Yeah, I thought about doing one on video, but I don't know. And right now, too, last night I was working so hard to connect my Facebook. I want my Facebook page, Soho Posh, connected to Instagram, and it won't. It just won't do it. It wants to connect to my personal page, and I'm like, no, I don't want anything with reselling on my personal page. That's my family, that's my close friends, so that's no. And so I don't know. I don't want to download and put on there and download and put on, and I know there's a program I can buy, and that might be something I have to look at in the future, which will take what I like tonight and it'll just put it on all the social media platforms. But I don't know. And I didn't bring my tea downstairs. And I kind of got sick Saturday night. I did it to myself. Friday night we went to Grant's Farm. We spent all day at Grant's Farms. And yeah, I do the business app, and it will not connect to that business page. It wants the personal page every time. Um, and then Saturday I went garage selling all day, and Saturday night I sat at my computer and I started getting chills, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, I felt okay, but I kept like getting chills, and I just dehydrated myself, not taking care. Went to bed at 9:30, slept all night. Yeah, when it's like 90 some degrees and 80% humidity, you got to take care of yourself, she says to herself. So, yeah, I'm going to spend some time on that. You know what? And if I just don't get it working, then I just don't get it working. It's very frustrating. Um, all my other things are connected. It just will not connect because I also have a tea blog. I educate people on tea. So, um, it's kind of frustrating. Part of me still wishes I worked midnights, because if I worked midnights, I would come on here late at night and I would take all these invites and see what other people are doing and talk. Abby, we have a friend named Barry, and he was a reseller. Now he does TikTok sales, and that's all he does, and he's really good at it. But he used to come on, and he would be like, he is in the military, so he would travel a lot. He'd be in his hotel room, and he would like invite, like, Teresa wants to join the live, and so he would invite them in, and then he would be like, so what's in your refrigerator? And he would literally have people go to their refrigerator and show them what's in it, or he would have a list of things, do you have this in your refrigerator, do you have that? It was just fun. I would love to come up with something like that to do, just to be crazy, but this girl don't work midnights no more, so. All right, peeps, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to let you guys have your lives back. I'm going to put this stuff away and prepare for tomorrow. And maybe while I'm doing the stuff in here, I'll go live again, or I'll just videotape what I do, or I don't know. It's a process. And I will work on the guide, and I want to work on my closet. There's just so much. You guys have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.